Hey, welcome back to a very special episode of The Sheetkeeper. Today we're going to talk about planning for expenses around Christmas and the holidays. And we're going to do that using our Google Spreadsheet for personal finance. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been around, welcome back. Here at The Sheetkeeper on YouTube and thesheetkeeper.com, we build a personal financial spreadsheet that lets you map out your financial future. You can make projections to do things like pay down debt, save money, and really see in a longitudinal, at-a-glance view your entire financial future for years to come. I teach you to do that in a Google Sheet that's free to you and completely customizable. And if you want that, I'll leave a link to the playlist here so you can go back to episode 1 and build it entirely from scratch on your own. Or if you want to download it, I also leave links to the downloads for all of these spreadsheets so you can just pick it up and pick up right from where we are today. You can have this exact spreadsheet. You can get that at thesheetkeeper.com. And I'll put the link below. So very quick episode today. So far, we've been looking at all of our recurring expenses in our spreadsheet, and then we've been looking at our discretionary spending like food, gas, and entertainment. But one of the things we haven't touched on yet is irregular large expenses, things that come up maybe once a year that you need to plan for, and you want to see how that's going to impact your future. So with Christmas right around the corner, Thanksgiving coming up in a couple weeks, this is the perfect time to talk about that. Take a look at the spreadsheet in row 19. You can see here in row 19, we don't have any expected irregular expenses coming up, but we can put some in there. So for example, Thanksgiving's in a couple weeks. We're having a bunch of people over, and I know I'm going to have to buy a turkey and a ham and all sorts of other things, and that's not cheap. So in this hypothetical model, I'm going to show you what happens if I put in an amount there. So if I just go to F19 and I put in, say, 200 here, what I want you to look out for is what happens when I press enter to row 21, our checking account balance. Right now it's $28.40.91, and when I hit enter, it drops by $200. But that's not the only thing that drops. All of the balances for the checking account also dropped by that amount, going all the way out through our projection. And what I can also do here is go up to my credit card payment or my discretionary food, gas, and entertainment and change those numbers if I need to accommodate the extra spending in row 19. And that'll change all of our numbers in the future too. So really simply what this is doing is just saying, if I need to spend that 200, this is what happens to my whole financial picture going forward. And I can do the same thing for Christmas. So say the pay period of December 12th. I'm going to get paid December 12th. I look at H19 and say I plan to spend $400 on Christmas gifts all in this year. I'm going to put $400 in H19 and watch when I hit enter that checking account balance change. It went down by $400 and then all the numbers to the right also went down. If I want to, I can change the value in H17 to give myself a little bit more room. I might change my credit card payment in H13, and as I do that, I'll see the balances for my credit card and my checking account change throughout my entire financial future. If I scroll to the right, that's where all of this happens. I can go all the way out to 2026, 27, however far out we've built our sheet, and I can see how that's going to impact me in the future. I'll scroll back to the left. So now I might see, hey, this was too much of an impact. I know exactly what this Christmas spending is going to do to me this year, and I didn't plan enough for that. I've got to bring that down. So maybe instead of 400, I'm going to put in 350 or even less. Maybe I say, I'm totally comfortable with 400. I can give a little bit more than I'm used to, and I can increase that number. Regardless of what numbers you put in, this gives you a good projection of what's going to happen in the future depending on what you decide to budget and spend around the holidays. And you can do this for any major upcoming expense. So maybe you've got your Amazon Prime membership that you have to pay once a year. That's something that could go in this line. Maybe you've got a donation that you make once a year to your favorite charitable cause. That could go in this line also. And what I like to do for something like that, to remind myself what it is, I'll right-click on the cell, and I can just click Insert Note. And in this one, I'm going to put Thanksgiving dinner. That way in the future, anytime I come back and hover over this, I'll see what that expense was for. And I can plan for it again next year or the following year. Please remember, as a disclaimer, these are all hypothetical numbers. You've got to put your own numbers in here and check your values. And if you're going to make any big decision, this isn't financial advice. This is just education. So please check with a licensed professional. That's it for today. Quick episode. If you have any questions or you want to see other features in this spreadsheet, leave them in the comments. Other people can benefit from your questions, and I can learn more about what you want to learn as we continue to evolve this spreadsheet and help you plan for the future. If you like what we're doing here, please subscribe. I will see you in the next one, and have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.